Hey guys, it's me, Tommy, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you how I created my kinky curly U-part wig. U-part wigs are back in style, so let's just jump right into it. The cap that I'm going to be using is this dome cap that I purchased from AliExpress. I will link exactly where I purchased it below. I'm going to start off by taking my first bundle and wrapping it around the perimeter of my dome cap. If you're interested in the deets, they're going to be to the left of that you just saw there, and also in the description below. So after I tack down my bundle around the perimeter, I'm going to go ahead and sew my bundles. And as you see me sewing on the bundles, I'm just going to give you some details. Basically, the reason why I do it this way is so that when the wind blows, you don't see the tracks, and it also adds some volume to the front of your hair, especially when you're working with kinky curly or any type of curly hair. You want a lot of volume and a lot of curls. You just want that vavoom natural look. So by me sewing downward on my first bundle, it helps create that look. Secondly, you're going to see me here, I'm tacking down the ends of that weft. So as soon as I started that weft, I'm going to create a few knots. I do that because when you're working with curly hair, you tend to manipulate it a little bit more by co-washing it and detangling it with a Demnon brush. So doing all of that, I want to make sure that my tracks are nice and secure. So I tack down the ends really well. And the third thing is when you're working with the perimeter of the hair, you don't want to sew onto the actual elastic band. So you saw me sewing just through the fabric of the hair. Once I'm done with the perimeter of my hair, I'm going to go ahead and add my tracks horizontally. I'm going to double weft it. It's just easier and faster for me to go to sew the tracks onto the dome cap when it's double wefted, because I can leave spaces. And then also I'm not going to cut my wefts like I did with the front. I'm actually going to flip my wefts over, as you can see me demonstrating here. This is what one bundle looks like. I'm going to continue to do the same process of sewing and flipping the hair until I get to the top. And then when I get to the top, I'm going to show you guys just a couple of things. I'm going to show you guys how I connect two tracks. So let's say, for example, you're finished with your bundle. What I like to do is I like to connect my tracks together. So you see that I finished my bundle and I need to connect the next bundle. So I continue with that thread that I initially had right there. And then I'm going to push that needle through. I only push the needle through the wefts whenever I'm starting or finishing a row. And then I'm going to push the needle through the old weft or the prior bundle, and then I'm going to push it through the new weft of the new bundle, and then I'm going to create a knot so that both bundles are secured together. I think I'm going to do a little bit. No, I don't think I'm going to do another knot. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just proceed to carry on to sewing underneath my wefts. So I never sew through my wefts, only when I'm beginning or ending a bundle. Other than that, I'm sewing around the wefts, and you do that just to avoid shedding. Like I said, you're going to be manipulating your bundles, your curly hair a lot, and shedding is the least of your concern. You don't want just shed hair everywhere, because it's going to shed because you're manipulating. So definitely don't sew through your wefts. I only sew through my wefts whenever I'm ending or beginning a bundle. Another thing too, as I'm approaching the corner of it and I'm ready to flip it over, I'm just going to show you guys how I do my flip over. So I like to make sure that I do one it's hard to say. So I loop my thread as close as I possibly can to where I want to fold that bundle of hair. I'm going to create a knot. In this case, my thread was too short, so I had to start a new piece of thread. But anyway, I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to tack down that fold just to keep it nice and secure, making sure that it's flat. And then I'm just going to do one more tacking. And then once I'm ready, I'm going to push the thread through both wefts so that it lays flat. So hopefully you can see me just push that needle through the wefts of the one underneath and the one on top. And then I'm going to create a knot and make sure that that fold is nice and flat. Now, the last bundle that I have, what I like to do is wrap my thread and my bundles as close as possible to the edge. So you see me just wrapping the thread to that edge part of the dome cap. That way, when I'm cutting the lace off, it's just very seamless. You don't see any dome cap whatsoever. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys exactly how I do that until I get to the full end. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and just add some wig combs to the dome cap. Now, you don't necessarily need to add wig combs to your dome cap. You can sew the U-part onto your actual braids if you want to. You can bobby pin it down. It's all up to you on what you would like to do. I actually do both. So at first I do the combs in my U-part, and then when the combs kind of irritate me, I take the combs out and then I do the bobby pin. So it's up to you on what you would like to do to tack your U-part wig down. And then the last step is basically to cut the lace off, and there you go. Here's your U-part wig. I really love this dome cap because it just gives you just a great amount of leave out for your hair, so you're not using too much of your leave out. So whether you're doing a curly wig, a straight wig, a body wave wig, you just have just enough leave out to blend it in. Now, I know you're looking at my braids like, yo, her braids is crusty and rusty. I'm gonna explain. So my prior video, I did a sew-in. I ended up taking that hair out and turning it into a flip over wig. So that's the reason why it looks like this. But also, the reason why I kept my hair like this for this video is for some of you guys who has been rocking your U-part wigs for a while and want to know how to blend it so it looks natural when you're on day 5 or day 6 and you didn't get a chance to freshen up your leave out. I left this clip in here like this for you guys. If you guys want to see what blending looks like on freshly washed hair, I will link a card above on how I blend my hair with my U-part wigs so you can check it out. But for those who are struggling on, let's say you didn't get a chance to get your hair to blend, your hair didn't dry enough, and you want to try to figure out how to blend it with your U-part wig that's curly, this is how you do it. I basically take my hair, I take a piece of the kinky curly hair, and then I just twist it together so that it blends, and voila. It actually just looks decent. So that's why I left that clip in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and continue to blend my natural hair with my kinky curly hair. Again, this is my Nubian Goddess Kinky Curly. If you are a first-time buyer from my website, HairDeLaCreme.com, please use the code WELCOME for 10% off. But while I'm blending and I'm about to show you guys the final results, let me know below, do you prefer to rock a wig with your hair out, whether it's a flip over wig or a U-part wig, or are you still with doing closures and lace fronts? Because personally, me, I love me a good wig where my natural hair is out because I personally feel like it's seamless. You can use your own natural baby hairs. You don't have to have the forced baby hairs. You don't see the lace when it's out in the sun. I just love it. I also love this texture. Like, look at this texture, guys. It is so mwah. But anyway, let me know below what kind of wigs you prefer to rock. If you have any questions, you can leave them below. I love to respond as